These are beautiful times. I really want to talk about big achievements, and Onakoya is on a way to earn his name in history as one who has been able to play without losing a game for 58 hours, having to conquer that longest chess marathon. It is happening at the Times Square over there in New York.
Tunde Onakoya, chess master and founder of Chess In Slum Africa, has completed a 60-hour chess marathon aiming to set a new Guinness World Record for the longest chess marathon. For 60 hours in the heart of New York's Times Square, he battled opponent after opponent, fueled by determination and a mission to raise $1 million for children's education in Africa. Doing this for the dreams of millions of children across Africa without access to education, the chess master and founder of Chess In Slum Africa says, for this cause, Tunde initially aimed to play for 58 consecutive hours. But after playing for 58 hours and breaking the record, he pushed further for 2 more hours, making it 60 hours. We're pushing to 60 hours, guys. We're not stopping yet. Let's keep going, he said. The former Guinness World Record for the longest chess marathon stood at 56 hours, 9 minutes and 37 seconds and was set by Hallvard, Flatebø and Sjur, Ferkingstad of Norway on 11th of November 2018. As typical of the Nigerian supporting spirit, supporters from New York's Nigerian community, including Afrobeat stars Davido and Adekunle Gold, showed up at the Times Square to cheer Tunde. Back home in Nigeria, the nation rallied behind him as they watched him conquer the record on Twitch, with former Vice President of Nigeria and current Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and Kashim Shettima offering their public support. But who is Tunde Onakoya? Tunde was born on the 6th of October 1994 and is a Nigerian chess player, coach and founder of Chess In Slum Africa. He learned how to play chess at a barber's shop in a slum in Ikorodu, Lagos, where he grew up. Because she was unable to pay for his secondary school, his mother offered to work for his school as a cleaner in exchange for his school fees. He would later be ranked as the number 13 chess player in Nigeria. Onakoya got a diploma in computer science at Yaba College of Technology in Lagos, Nigeria, where he was a gold medalist representing the school in Nigeria Polytechnic Games and also at the RCCG Chess Championships. He has also won the National Friends of Chess and the Chevron Chess Open. Additionally, Onakoya was also featured in CNN African Voices and is a board member of the New York City-based non-for-profit The Gift of Chess. But what makes this man so fascinating is the reason behind attempting to break the record in the first place. It was a mission with a profound cause. He aimed to raise $1 million for the education of children in Africa, particularly those without access to quality education. He has organized a number of interventions for children across slums in Lagos State, including Majidun, which is in Ikorodu, Makoko, and recently Oshodi. The children are engaged in a 2-week session that seeks to unlock their potential through the game of chess while learning to read, write, and acquire basic literacy skills. While he was trying to set a new record, he got support from the Nigerian community in New York, former Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo, along with Kashim Shettima, including appearances by Afrobeat stars like Davido and Adekunle Gold. Let's watch a couple of videos where Tunde has supported children in the past.
I'm going to start with a story of where I'm from. My name is Tunde Onakoya. I'm a master of chess, but more importantly, I'm a teacher. I was born in a small place in Lagos, Nigeria called Ikorodu, a really small place, a slum community. 19 years ago, I was 10 and I had just completed my primary school education. There was no money to go to school anymore, so my parents told me, you know what, you'd have to stop going to school and do something to support the family. So I had to drop out of school at the age of 10. So I was out of school for 2 years. And in those 2 years, something happened. I found the gift of chess in a very unlikely place. I found the gift of chess at a barber's shop, a local barber's shop, where we just go and sit and just watch him play. And I asked him the first time I ever saw a chessboard. It was love at first sight. And I asked him, what does this do? What does this mean? And he held up the knight piece, the one that looks like a horsey. And he said, what does this look like? And I said, oh, that's a donkey. And he laughed and he said, no, it's not a donkey. It's a knight. And that was the first time I got introduced to the world of chess. And it was one that I was deeply fascinated by. For a 10-year-old kid who had very little education and exposure and couldn't speak any English word, it was important that I had found something that was going to become my intellectual identity. I didn't know it at the time, but finding chess gave me something. It gave me an identity, an intellectual one. And it made me believe that I could also be intellectually inclined. And it made me believe that I could also be a thinker. And that was the gift of chess to me as a child from the slums of Ikorodu, that through just this game, I could find my place in the world again. But the sad reality is there are over 20 million children in Africa, in Nigeria, without access to education, without a place in the world. I was lucky because I found chess, because it gave me a sense of belonging. It gave me a place to know that in a world where there's very little room for people like me, I could carve a space for myself. And that set my life on a much different trajectory. So 5 years ago, I made a decision to do the same thing for other children like me. So I went back to the same community where I grew up, in the slums of Ikorodu, and I gathered about 10 children together with no education that couldn't even speak basic English. And I thought to myself, what if I could teach them chess as well? What if they could excel at it and become champions? Society's perception of them would change. Because if a child without any education could show aptitude for chess in all its complexities, people would listen to them. And people would wonder if they could do this with chess. Imagine if we give them access to education or to technology. We'll be astounded by what they could do with it.
He further goes on to say,
but potential is nothing if it's not realized. And that is the story of Africa. That is the story of Nigeria, where I come from. A land with so much potential, with so much human capital, that hasn't come to the full realization of what it can become. And I started explaining complex ideas to children without an education. Board coordinates, algebraic notation, opening strategy. And in just one day, they were able to learn all of these complex concepts without speaking a word of English. And that was when it dawned on me that these children have incredible potential. But that potential is nothing if we don't help them realize it. So chess became a way for me to take them from 0 to 1 by showing that they could also become thinkers. And when you give them the gift of thinking, no one could ever take that away from them.
So to wrap up this video, I'm most impressed by Tunde's zeal for education, zeal for chess, zeal for giving back to undeserving communities, which is proven by creating Chess in Slums, having raised about 500 children, up to 500 children from poverty, to giving them a chance in life, giving them a chance to think. And like I said, once someone has the ability to think, the rest just falls into place. And he's using his platform for these children, for spotlight to be on these children. He's teaching them the gift of chess, the ability to think strategically, the ability to creatively solve problems. And I understand that over 500 children have been part of the Chess in Slums project. Some of them are outside the country, meaning outside Nigeria. Some of them are representing schools abroad now. And greater things are coming from this man. Greater things are coming from this vision. I'll keep tabs on his progress, Chess in Slums and other things. It's not just about the world record, guys. It's about giving back to society. And at the end of the day, I think that is where we get the most fulfillment, in my opinion. Subscribe, like, share, and comment down below. Let me have your thoughts. You've heard mine. I'd like to hear what you guys have to think about this. And I'll see you in the next one.